What up, Space Fam? Goes in here from AnimeUproar to discuss the latest crazy developments in the One Piece story, and this chapter did not disappoint, so make sure to stay tuned for that. If you enjoy seeing these One Piece reviews on the channel and want to keep them coming, the best thing you can do is smash that like button and share this video with any cultured pirates that you know. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is crucial, hit that notification bell and select all or you will miss future One Piece videos. Plus, our Nakama is approaching 1 million pirates at this point, so that's pretty hype too. Lastly, while you impatiently wait for the next chapter to drop, check out my growing One Piece playlist where you'll find videos about the Yonko, Warlord, Supernovas, all of the Devil Fruits, and more. Link in the description. Now without further ado, let's jump into it, spoilers and all. This chapter is called Somehow I Don't Feel Like We're Losing, and that is definitely the vibe we've been getting thus far. I'm sure the enormous undertaking of trying to take down 2 Yonko and their crews seemed as close to impossible as you can get for all of us, especially when you take into account Luffy and Kaido's first match. Kaido seemed untouchable, not to mention all of his crew being thrown into the mix like King, Queen, and so on. But things have been going almost too well up to this point. Kaido was hurt by the scabbards and screamed out. Frankie has flexed on Big Mom, Marco showed up and seemingly teamed up with Sparrow, while the rest of the Big Mom pirates might not even make it thanks to Marco, suggesting that the threat of Big Mom's crew might no longer be a thing, and much more. And although it's all part of making Luffy's eventual victory believable, I think we all know that things can't be this smooth from start to finish. Shonen stories especially rely on crazy twists often in the villain's favor to increase the intensity. We can rest assured that things will get worse before they get better, and the better things are going right now, the more the situation will look bad later on. There's a sort of buzzed feeling right now for the good guys. Things seem to be going their way and they're excited, as if nothing can go wrong, and if we've seen enough shonen, we know that that's when we gotta be on our guard the most. So as we proceed, yes, let's enjoy the epicness, but also be prepared for some sort of devastating setback or loss in the near future. We start this chapter with Big Mom on the ground, taken down by Frankie. An absolutely epic moment showing no fear and absolute disrespect to a Yonko. If that ain't the crew member of the future Pirate King, I don't know who is. People are hilariously shocked that someone actually ran over Big Mom, and I absolutely love when characters are fearless around a character who would otherwise have people walking on eggshells around them. Think of how Luffy punched the Celestial Dragon when no one else would. Frankie had the same energy at the end of the last chapter. As Jinbei says, they're in for a treat and asks Robin for help, and Nami hugs Frankie in gratitude. Luffy acknowledges what Frankie did. He's not surprised, but just smiles, saying great work, Frankie, as expected. And this is something I'm noticing more and more in Luffy. As a leader, he's placing a lot of faith in his crew, and he has to do that. That's nowhere more clear than in situations like this, where there are many powerful opponents in addition to the main boss. And one man can't be expected to take on the strongest creature in the world, plus other S-tier fighters at the same time. I really like that about One Piece. Much like in real life, it continues to foreground the importance of teamwork even so far into the story, instead of just having Luffy become strong enough to beat everyone so his teammates become irrelevant in battle. And then we get the waited for moment, Momonosuke reacting to Yamato saying she's his father, Oden. Luffy lets them know that Yamato is on their side, but they don't look too convinced. As Yamato runs towards them saying she's Oden and she will protect them, Shinobu and Momonosuke look back like they're seeing the bad guy in a horror film. They continue to run while Luffy goes chasing after Kinemon, wanting to face off against Kaido. I can totally picture Yamato screaming after Momonosuke, "Come back and let your father love you." Such a bizarre and funny situation will no doubt continue as we move forward. Big Mom gets up looking evil and mad, cursing the Straw Hats. Now they're gonna get it, you may think. You can only mess with a Yonko for so long, you may think. Everyone else does and starts running from Big Mom, screaming for their lives, while Hyogoro decides to find the Tobiropo, since these wasted extras just feel like a waste of time for him. But no, the Straw Hats are unfazed. Brooke waves hello to the Yonko, and Frankie asks how the old hag likes his iron body before introducing himself. Probably one of the most epic introductions Big Mom has ever experienced. Nami speaks rationally, warning Frankie to run away since she's a Yonko. But there isn't much room for rationality in the crew of the future Pirate King. Frankie simply smiles, brushing off the idea by saying, and I quote, "Aren't we gonna make our captain the Pirate King?" End quote. a goosebump-inducing moment, and you can already see how we're witnessing history in the making, and the legend of the Pirate King's crew members is already in motion. People will be talking 100 years from now about how Franky, the Pirate King's shipwright, stood up to a Yonko and even talked down to her in this famous war. A living legend, that's what Franky is. But as he's about to launch an attack, the numbers come in, towering over people. Franky notices that they are the same race as Oars, and Big Mom is excited to see the so-called failed ancient giants from Punk Hazard. And that seems to be a recurring theme in Kaido's crew, the revival of the ancient world with its deadliest creature. Looked another way though, you could also say that this symbolizes how Kaido is a fossil and his time is over and he'll need to make room for the new era. But anyways, one number is straight up holding Usopp's team, and so Franky launches his radical beam at him instead. Despite the huge size of the numbers, the beam does send him flying back, releasing our guys. And all of a sudden, people who were saying, "Oh, it's a Yonko," are now saying, "Oh, it's a laser beam." Pretty epic how our Straw Hat crew can shine even next to a Yonko. As Big Mom's about to hit Franky, Jinbei comes to the rescue. Using Fishman Karate, he flips the Yonko while Robin uses her ability to make the round airborne Yonko roll away. Not only are the Straw Hats willing to upset the Yonko once, they just keep messing with her more and more. And in this arc, more than any other, we are seeing that Yonkos are not as scary or untouchable as they seemed to be before. Imagine how much Luffy's reputation will grow after the world hears that his crew members were playing around with Big Mom, running her over with motorcycles, and even passing her around like a beach ball. Yes, they're not stronger than Big Mom, but that doesn't really matter here. They're brave enough to significantly disrespect her and invoke her anger, which raises their reputation in the world's eye while diminishing Big Mom's own. As a sweating, upset, and spinning Big Mom threatens Jinbei's life, he simply says, "Do your worst." On a rhetorical and vibe level at least, some Straw Hats are already Yonko level, being able to talk back to Big Mom without blinking, and that is a huge deal, illustrating that there is much more to a story than who would win in a death battle. Nico Robin and Jinbei smile about what they did to Big Mom, while acknowledging that she will come back angrier than ever. I gotta admit that I love the dynamic between these two. The bystanders, who have become a pretty huge joke by this point, start shouting that it's Jinbei, the former warlord and first son of the sea. Literally, instead of fighting, these guys are just shocked by one thing after another. And you start to finally get why Luffy is so picky with his crew and why he only has a few crew members, relatively speaking. What's the point of having guys like this who are useless in a fight? All they would do is annoy you and cost the crew extra money to feed. As Franky checks in on Chopper and Usopp, we get a pretty hilarious moment as they get excited about fusing before we jump to Queen and his striking mustache. Queen is just enjoying a smoke in the middle of the battle when he sees Luffy passing by. Zoro is there too, while Queen just keeps looking on shocked. Zoro just agrees to tag along with Luffy, who's going to fight Kaido, and I can't help but love that. This is definitely one of the best bromances in anime, and I always enjoy seeing these two interact. As Luffy is going to take them both up, Queen turns into a dinosaur and catches Luffy in his mouth. King is present too with his flying fam. Zoro says they're not going anywhere with them around, and Luffy points out that even the sky is heavily guarded, which is a nice touch. Kaido straight up has land and sky covered with his crew, quite the formidable force. As the cool fusion is underway to Usopp's and Chopper's amazement, we get to see Sanji, and he's pretty fine and hilariously curses the durability of his stinking suit. It being so good angers him, but at this point everyone's gotta use everything they've got, and I look forward to seeing how Sanji is gonna contribute from here. Being able to walk away from the attack of the top all-star is pretty epic. As the number is taken down, Hyogoro sees Chopper and Luffy coming down from the sky and enemies all around. He still can't help but smile and remark that it doesn't feel like they're losing, and again, it really doesn't. The vibe is very much positive, uplifting, like a "we're really doing this" kind of atmosphere. We see all of the Straw Hats together looking epic in one panel, a moment we gotta appreciate, and I gotta admit Sanji probably looks the coolest here, now in his classy clothes and smoking. Together, they prepare to help Luffy get to Kaido, while Sanji remarks about many flying devil fruit users in the sky. And again, Luffy affirms that he's gonna mop the floor with Kaido, and that he trusts his crew to handle the rest. We got numbers, we got Queen and King, and we got possible Toby Ropos that need to be beat, or at least distracted for Luffy to get to Kaido. We can be sure that the next chapters are going to be filled with some epic matchups, and to me, this collective panel is pretty much saying the real fight starts now. Another epic chapter setting the groundwork for the epic battles to come. Let me know what you thought about this one and any theories of what you expect to happen next. If we're gonna get hit with a big loss, as I think we are, who do you think might be the victim? Let me know. If you did enjoy this review and want to keep them coming, the best thing you could do is smash that like button and share this video with any cultured pirates that you know. If you haven't, be sure to subscribe, and this is crucial. Hit that notification bell and select all, or you will miss future One Piece videos. And while you impatiently wait for the next chapter to drop, check out my growing One Piece playlist, where you'll find videos about the Yonko, Warlords, Supernovas, all of the different Devil Fruit users, and more. Link in the description. Thanks again, and until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys!